Boo. Yes.
The boys are back in town.
He's here.
The boys
He's
are back
back.
in town. Who dis? Who dis?
It's Drew.
What's a
When was the
Drew?
last time? Like September?
Something like that. Maybe late August, early September for sure.
That's crazy.
Life comes at you fast.
Yeah. Well,
Joe
we
does
missed
too
you.
if you get
Todd,
excited.
Todd cried every show.
Oh no!
Yeah,
No,
like, there
Not
were
that.
weeks where we went on 20 minutes late because Todd wasn't done crying.
Yeah.
It's true.
Oh
Or
man.
masturbate,
Well, I'm sorry.
or both.
I'm back now.
So
Hey,
Drew,
the
why
comic
don't
book
you give us a little lowdown of what you've been up to?
So I've been coaching Little League Soccer, and my comic book got funded on Kickstarter for $41.99.
A little thing called Alex Ghost.
$4,199. And
My
yeah, now I'm
man.
going to be focused on getting that out to all the people on Kickstarter, you guys included, and yeah, it's looking good.
My sister Emily told me she donated too.
She sure did. If I recognize the name, I tried to send somebody a direct message and thanked them immediately. So
He sent me lots of nudes. Did anybody else get nudes? I bet you didn't. I got nudes.
No, I did too.
Yeah, but I know for a fact that you also begged him repeatedly for them. So
Well, no, we traded them.
yeah, you know.
It's a give take kind of thing. So my question is, did we hit the sweatshirt extra tier?
No, we didn't.
I was gonna say 2x this way.
I wish. I really
I'm
would have liked to
excited
have
for
had it paid.
So
That's
I know
okay.
nobody
The book's
else.
getting made, which is the most important part.
Right. Well, 100%. I know the other two guys didn't have the pleasure of reading Ginormous, but
No,
I have not read
we'll
that.
rectify that.
I'm very excited. The concept is dope. So if anybody wants to get it after the Kickstarter, is there going to be a way for them to do that right now?
Yeah, you'll be able to get it through the company I'm putting this out through, Unheralded Comics. There'll be a link, and we'll share that.
Awesome.
You can you can not contact. You can actually go to unparalleledcomics.com and look at other titles that they have already. There's Operation Eclipse, Stellar Odyssey, The Last Owling, and Dragonfly, and they're all really good.
Wow. So Drew's just been doing big things, and the rest of us have been sitting home in our underwear watching professional wrestling.
I've been getting high
So
and watching
I've
professional
been
wrestling.
with traveling.
That's
and
what
the
that's
weird
what we were
time
supposed to
shit
do. That was the
happening.
deal.
Yeah, I fell asleep at the beginning of Raw last night. Not because it was boring. I was just freaking exhausted.
Yeah,
Todd always does that.
Yeah,
No, it was
I
like,
go to
all right,
work
cool.
early.
Now I'm all ready to go. I'm gonna put Raw on, and just before it started, I woke up for work. That's what happened.
Don't you love that?
Yeah.
And I just want to say, guys, as everybody else in the country knows right now, it's a crazy world out there tonight. And if for some reason the infrastructure of the country collapses after tonight, it's been a pleasure, guys.
Yeah. It was a good ride.
You guys can find me in Todd's bed.
It's true.
Good
Or
ride.
I'm
Well,
only 4 hours away. But I'll make it.
I know you're so close right now.
Yeah, you really are. Just head
Oh,
west, man.
guys, so close.
I could be
Yeah.
in Boston in 3 hours.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, so let's kick this shit off.
Wrestling.
Right. It was a big weekend. We had SmackDown on Friday, Crown Jewel on a Saturday, where the first and second woman and men crown jewel champion for the next year were crowned, along some other things. Things may have gotten a little oozy. But
it was a very stupid pay-per-view and a waste of time.
Yeah.
okay, we're gonna get to that in a minute. But first, there was SmackDown, guys. Who wants to take SmackDown? Don't everybody rush at once.
I probably slept through most of that too. I'll be honest with you. I'm fucking old.
You can, I can. You want me to do it?
You're the one. Yeah, go ahead, Garrett.
All right. Well, let me pull it up so make sure I don't miss anything. Give me
Hey,
one.
this isn't Wrestle Fandom After Dark. Don't put it up. Oh, put it up, not pull it up. Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah,
Get
he
that-
is wearing the robe.
This row, it's so warm up here. There may not be anything on the robe or underneath the robe here. In a minute.
Kate, turn the heat up. Kate, turn the heat up.
I am a roasting.
Single shot of you, Garrett.
If I could pull up
No
something,
pressure.
that would be just fantastic. But nothing is
pressure.
coming.
Yeah, there's not like just the whole screen isn't you right now or anything, you know. So
Yeah,
way to be on top of
Yeah,
it. all.
Joe, undo that. Well, the big obvious thing was that we had the return of Jay to the bloodline because we got Roman to say yeet. So you know what? We can get into the million things that could or could not happen with all of that later on. Who knows? Rollins and Orton defeated Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser via pinfall. Obviously, we're going to get into more. What else happened? Liv Morgan defeated Tiffany Stratton via pinfall. The Street
Hey,
Profits.
let's take a time out quick. Who else cannot wait for Ludwig to turn on Gunther and get his time to shine?
Oh, yeah.
Right there.
Yes.
Like,
I like him. I don't like Gunther. Maybe he could like.
I was saying he's
Nancy
far more
Kerrigan his ass.
charismatic, far more compelling
Yeah.
than I am the greatest ever.
Yeah.
That was more of a Russian accent than German.
King Cow.
I really don't try to do German accents.
He's way more entertaining.
Oh yeah.
Gunther isn't entertaining, in my opinion. I would never say he's a bad wrestler. He's a good wrestler. But he's not
That's
entertaining.
fair. Yeah, that's good. That's
He's got about as much charisma in him as Brock Lesnar without Paul Heyman.
That's a good point.
Like I'm not talking about bearded. I'm not talking about bearded
Okay.
Brock with the ponytail. I'm talking about
Yeah.
Jimmy
Other Brock,
John
old Brock.
across
Jimmy
my
John-
ass. I
Jimmy
can't
John
talk
shorts,
to
yeah.
anybody.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that
Do you
will
think
be
that's when he
great.
was pooping on people with Vince?
Probably, yeah.
Well, no, Brock wasn't there for the poop incident. That
I thought he
was
was there for something.
that was stepdaddy Brie Bella. I'm drawing a blank.
Oh,
Laurinaitis.
Laurinaitis.
Yeah, Laurinaitis. That was Laurinaitis that was there for that.
But wasn't Brock there for something?
No, Brock was the text messages where he told Vince that because Vince said in his unofficially in his contract he could have use of her whenever he wanted, and Brock made the comment that, "You sure you want to do that, Vinny? She'll come back broken."
Wow.
I laugh
Right
at a lot of fucked up things, and as you can tell, this was not one of them I was laughing at.
Yeah. If Joe didn't laugh, it's bad.
Like, come on.
It's real bad.
Yeah.
Some more of the other things that happened were the Street Profits beat Pretty Deadly. Bailey and Naomi defeated Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. A-Town Down Under invited Motor City Machine Guns to the Grayson Waller effect next week. Io Sky defeated Bianca Belair, Lash Legend, and Piper Niven via pinfall.
So it was weird.
Did you say
because-
Indy Hartwell?
Yeah. It
Indy
was
Hartwell,
pretty
and now
big.
she's gone.
Yeah. She got fired.
Indy Hartwell, we hardly knew ye.
Like,
what
I liked her.
happened? I
I
don't
don't-
understand what happened.
I don't know. I like Indy Hartwell. Like, I don't know why she's. I mean, maybe she
Out
thought
of
she
the
wasn't
three
getting.
cut, she's the one I would not have cut. I'm okay with the other two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all in all, with it, that's all a little bit out of order, but that was essentially all the big stuff in the night. Joe, to go back to your point about Kaiser, though, I don't see the two of them that happening until after Gunther has lost the belt, and maybe he'll blame it on Kaiser, and then that's when he'll. I think he may be an IC champ.
Well, what I can see happening is keeping them together post Mania, and you have Ludwig win Money in the Bank.
Ooh, that's spicy.
Like I could see them going that way just to push a fresh face, because with a lot of these veterans, you can do a lot of stories without the belt. Like people forget that 2025 is going to be Cena's farewell tour too. So
That's
that
why
like
Cena should win it.
well, like I think that's also something that's going to a way for them to possibly go. But you're going to see a lot of like 2025, the belts aren't going to be in the spotlight most of the time. It's going to be sharing, okay, what feud has John Cena got into between these two pay-per-views?
Right.
And I'm so excited about it. And I just saw, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, SummerSlam's going to be in MetLife again this year.
Yes, 2 nights.
2 nights.
I mean, if we start saving now, we could do our first ever Wrestle Fandom live from a PLE.
I don't want to go
That's-
to Jersey.
And we
And
can make
what?
come.
Oh yeah, Jersey. I lived there for 2 years. That was 2 years too long.
I drove
And
through there the other day, and I was like, ugh.
Ugh.
I don't.
People
I
always
think
ask me how
that-
many states there are, and I say 48. I purposely leave off New Jersey as one of the two.
What's the other one?
What's the other one?
Michigan. It's sports.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
He's
I
like,
was like, Michigan,
for the
that's a
sports.
random state.
That's a college
Fuck
football thing.
Wisconsin. Like,
Yeah, it is.
That's a college football thing.
Yep.
that foosball,
But I think
playing
that might be
foosball
something
down-
we might want to aim for, because that's not. How far is
I'm
that for
doing something
you,
behind your
Drew?
back, Todd. To New
What?
Jersey?
Yeah.
Let's see. MetLife
It's only-
Stadium. I'll just let's pull
Because
on
it's
up
only
on my
3 hours for
pocket.
us.
Well, it's only 3 hours for us. It's not gonna be like 16 or 18 hours for me. It feels like.
Well, I mean, you'd have to drive across Pennsylvania. That takes
Ah,
like
dang it.
a week and a half.
I was like, hey, it's only 3 hours. Oh wait, I'm in Boston. Dang it. I was like, whoa, that's a lot closer than I thought. Why did I make that more up? Oh wait, it's New Jersey. Hold on. I'll look at it in a little bit. But yeah, I think that might be we could
That
pencil
might be
that
something
in.
we could swing. All right.
Yeah.
So, all right. After Indy Hartwell, bye. And the Lone Wolf has seemed to have gone off on his own, guys.
Yeah.
He'll end up
He's once again a
right back
lone
where
wolf.
Dona.
Baron, Happy, King, whatever you want to call him.
Sad.
Corbin
He
has
wasn't-
left.
Wasn't he at a bowling event like a week or two before he got cut? Maybe he's going to be a bowler. I don't know. Maybe he's
Hey,
working on his new gimmick for when he comes back. Maybe it's the
Guy in
90s.
Syracuse was just voted the best bowler in the country. I just saw it today. Out of 50,000 people.
Was it Baron Corbin?
No, but maybe he's going for that belt. He finally wants the big belt, and he can't get it in wrestling. So he's segueing into bowling.
Oh, like,
Yeah.
That has to be a bowler. I was a pretty good bowler.
I thought you were.
Yeah, we're watching. Hold on.
He probably went better than your football career, right, Todd?
Oh, damn.
You got to see what it actually was for.
We can't read it.
You can't read what it says. First place in a
Drug
drug
awareness
awareness
bowling
tournament.
tournament.
14, 18.
Yeah, I started smoking pot when I was 12.
I believe it.
So
You
I,
should
Hence
drill
my
a hole
Todd's
in
football
that,
career went
chop
nowhere.
that down.
I definitely won a
Make
fucking
it a bong.
drug awareness
You
tournament.
should make that a
as
bong.
stoner. It's it's an actual like bowling pin. Like it's a legit bowling pin.
That's
I can
awesome.
like knock people out with it. I'm gonna fight people with it, but
I think we're getting a little off topic now. Garrett,
It's
go
fine.
ahead.
No.
So
Garrett.
No.
what? No. So that everything on there on SmackDown, it was a little out of order, but that was essentially all of SmackDown. So should we go straight into what apparently Todd and I thought was pretty much a polished turd of a overseas?
Let me
I wouldn't even call it a
start.
polished turd. It was just a turd.
It wasn't a
you
ball.
Oh, just because
floating in
it's
a gas station
crown
bathroom.
jewel, and it's got it's got its new blingy belts. It just I'm.
The
This
bloodline
is
match was
it-
good, but the rest was just kind of
It's fan service for that area. I mean, that's
yeah, and I get it,
blame them. They're making money.
and at the same time, I just don't care. Like
Yeah, I think. Do you know why I think this pay-per-view didn't hit well with all of us? And I'll tell you right now, because the match I was most excited about, they kicked it off with, so
Yep.
it made the rest of
Yeah.
the PLE. I didn't care about. So like I told you
There's-
guys this, but I was driving out to Buffalo while it was going on. So I was listening to it. So I felt like one of those guys in the 40s listening to the baseball games. And like, I'll tell you what, if you've never just
peacock
listened to
down
the
on your phone.
like literally, yeah, the phone was plugged into the car and the car was just playing,
Yeah,
and it's a completely different experience. Like, because it makes you use your imagination of what's going on.
right.
And I kind of enjoyed it a little bit. I like, even like with podcasts like these kind of things, I don't really watch any of them. I listen to all of it.
Right.
So like I'm constantly getting the information and like that. But like it pretty much went down how I predicted it was gonna go down. You had when the new bloodline was outnumbering the old bloodline, the honorary Uso himself, Sami Zayn, came and saved the day. And he's giving us what we want so far and not trying to hit us with the M Night at the end of the the pay-per-view.
Shyamalan.
Yeah.
So
No,
do you
actually
think-
M. Night Whitaker was who I was talking about.
No, sorry.
do we think the accidental kick to Roman is going to be the drama they're going to use all the way to
Yes.
War Games?
Because they can play this out one of two ways depending on how they're reading the room. So and that was the other thing on SmackDown that did happen was Sammy was in the back and Solo is seen like whispering in his ear. So you have that event and you can have Sammy stay face and just been like, yo, fuck you, Solo, leave me alone. And that's all that happened. Or he's like, all right, we're going to get heel Sammy back, which I don't really want at this point. So him hitting Roman can either be something that was intentional or actually just a mistake. And they
Right.
can kind of roll with that mystery leading into War Games because Triple H at the last minute can decide, yo, we're changing the ending. Sammy, you're going heel. And then you have Sammy aligned with who I still think is going to be The Rock's bloodline. And so then you just have Roman and the two Usos. That could be a way for them to introduce the other members of the family that we've been waiting to debut.
Right.
That could be a perfect way. Sammy turning heel and aligning with Solo's bloodline, which
which
Let's fucking
also,
go.
Yeah, which also like how everyone was wondering what The Rock thought when he came out and said 1, 2, 3, and everyone was assuming, well, there's 3 guys in the ring. He went like that. Yeah, I'm gonna you 3. I'm gonna get you.
Right.
What if he's saying when I next time I come back, I'm gonna have 3? You know,
Oh, yeah.
like who?
So how many bloodlines are there gonna be? Maybe 3 bloodlines?
Like 6.
We could.
Because
could.
how many people, how many family members do they have now?
Oh,
80?
Like
bro.
signed.
Signed? I don't know if anyone
We're
else
waiting on
is.
2 more, right?
I don't know if anyone else is currently signed
Because one signed with AEW, I believe.
I think
It's
that was Zilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
he signed with
and-
AEW.
it's like Hikaleo or something like that is the other one, and I can't remember who the other one is.
Piccolo? Isn't that a fucking instrument?
No.
I thought
Oh,
that
yeah.
was a Dragon Ball
He's a
Z
damn-
character.
God.
Yes.
Is that a
yes.
Dragon Ball Z character?
Yes, and yes, it's actually my favorite Dragon Ball Z character. But yes, but
I
no,
never
it's
watched.
Best dad in the universe.
best dad in the universe. Yeah.
I don't get these references.
Neither do
You
I.
wouldn't unsigned bloodline. Let's see what comes
That's
up.
sassy. Are you being sassy with me, Garrett?
He
You
did.
wouldn't.
You wouldn't.
No, I'm just saying you would. You don't watch it. You wouldn't. Joe doesn't watch it either. He wouldn't know.
I don't,
What?
No.
You lived in Japan.
dude, I didn't want to spend the time going back and watch Dragon Ball A, Dragon Ball B, Dragon Ball
Yeah,
C.
it's
like
a
it's
lot
of
it's
Dragon
too
Ball
much
to
of a
watch.
time investment, and I can't dedicate that.
And first, you got to start with the lowercase letters. So yeah, I get it.
Oh, jeez, and then you get to the
Wow, there's
numbers.
that many? Oh, God.
Well, yeah.
I'm out. Garrett, what are you doing?
I was trying to look it up, but it's not. I'm not getting right answers here.
All right. So then
Also,
our
It's
Second
at least
second
those
match,
2, and there's one more, and I can't remember what his name is.
then our
14
second
and a
match
half hours
was
to MetLife Stadium.
How much?
12.
14 and a half hours to MetLife from my house.
So
Goddamn.
I don't think the airport.
That's outrageous.
I think the airport's not far from the hotel we're gonna get, so we'll have no trouble picking you up.
All right.
He's
Put it on the books, boys.
And I don't know about you guys, but I know my significant other's gonna want to go. I was saying key party. Just saying. I got a pineapple in my front yard.
oh my god.
Then we had Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill up against Damage Control, Metaphor, which
Kabuki
Weird.
Warriors.
like, come on. And then our girl Chelsea and Piper. And honestly, I thought they were going to lean into the Chelsea Piper. But Bianca and Jade continue to dominate. I don't know when they're going to implode that. But it's got, because Bianca and Jade is going to be the WrestleMania match.
You know what they should do? Eventually take the
100%.
titles off of them and put them in the Royal Rumble together and have one eliminate the other and that start.
Yep.
Yes.
Also,
That's a good
I saw a
very good
thing
idea.
from a reel from Matt Cardona, and he was talking about how he likes to embarrass Chelsea, like on Instagram. So she had put up a picture of herself in like the outfit she was wearing at whatever that fucking shit was over the weekend, and so Cardona commented, "I want to lick the inside of that suit."
That's
Nice.
amazing.
I was like, I love this man. He's so fucking great. Like they have to be the funnest couple to fucking hang out with. Like
Yeah.
absolutely two of the funnest people to hang out with.
Yeah.
Most likely, yeah.
And then we had Seth beat Bronson, which kind of surprised me.
That surprised me.
But Bronson did take about 47 curb stomps.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
It was a
Ooh.
good match.
It was a,
and I
it was a
liked
bit much. I keep trying to play up the like you need a lot to beat this guy, but it was a little excessive.
The only thing I'm kind of getting whatever with, I like Bronson, honestly, like as a wrestler. I think he's a good wrestler. I think he's whatever. But I'm kind of over the whole like, oh my God, he got the shit kicked out of him. He stood back up. Oh my God, he just got the shit kicked out of him. He stood right back up. Like that shit, it's like, stop. Like, just stop with that whole like, you can't keep me down kind of crap. Just like,
Right.
a few times is one thing, but like that match ending it, like, he should have gotten up more in like a whatever manner of like, oh, he really did just kick my ass after I've done everything to all these other people and taken people out and injured people. You know, like it should have not just been, well, let me just stand up with some blood running down my face. Like
Right.
that type
Right.
of shit, like
Yeah.
constantly doing it is just, you know, when they did the backstage thing, that was perfect because
Yeah.
he curb stomped him on the car. He's starting to cut a promo. He gets up. That was fucking perfect. Like, absolutely just what you want at that point in time. But like that type of a match, it was a great match. To just have him just stand back up at the end, kind of like, I don't want to be like, oh, it ruined it, but it just kind of made it like feel like insignificant. You know,
It
like
felt-
Seth
it made
came
it-
back.
It felt cartoony to me.
Yes. Yeah.
Like I almost was half expecting
Like-
like birds to be circling his head.
Like he just like he Bugs Bunny'd him.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
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 And
Like,
One
then,
lump
like,
or two.
a smell to come through and like lift him up and like have him float towards like a pie sitting in a window.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I really thought they were gonna put Bronson over. I guess you could say that they did by making him so like quickly
Unstoppable.
regenerating. His healing factor must be through the roof.
Yeah, right.
But our girl Liv then became the first woman's crown jewel champion by having, from what I heard, a hell of a match with Nia.
It was a good match, yes.
Are you guys surprised though that I mean, like I know there was obviously the shenanigans, the interference, but are you guys surprised it was still her over Nia?
Or no, I'm not surprised. I figured.
No,
No.
because
That's what I
you want Liv to be like super heel strong. I
Right.
get it. I just
Let's talk
I
about
feel
the
like
beef
Nia's
they
catered
set up
to whatever.
with Tiffany and Liv.
I didn't know
right.
Like, going
recently
for the
that
view-
Tiffany was
Art.
with Kaiser.
Right. But whatever she said about wanting something dirty in her life, like I'm pretty sure that Dominic Mysterio must have unlocked like some pheromone power because
He went to Pete Davidson for some
something, because I get it. He's the illegitimate child of Eddie Guerrero, and nobody had swag like Eddie did. But like Dom is just reeling it in the mall. Like Seth Rollins, you better put a leash on Becky Lynch. Like holy smokes! Like, but I almost kind of like the fact too that they're going to go away from what we thought was going to be a Nia versus Tiffany thing, because what you could do eventually is have Tiffany win it off of Liv, and then you got Tiffany one champ, Nia the other champ, which is who's the better champ,
right.
and that could be a hell of a Mania match right there.
Right.
So my question is, because Liv is on Mondays, right? Nia is
Yes.
on Fridays,
Right.
but Tiffany's also on Fridays.
Yes.
Right,
So
but
what if
Tiffany
she
has
cashed in against? What if she had cashed in against Liv and won that? Would then she have gone to Mondays?
correct.
Yeah, then she'd be on Monday.
Yep.
That's where that title is.
Or the other thing they could do is they could have moved Nia to Monday.
True.
Yeah. But they'd have
then we
to
had
do this
Go ahead.
title swap thing.
Yeah. And then we had I feel like it's like Kevin Owens doing his best Dean Ambrose impression. verse and I'm talking about like, oh, I'm out of the asylum, Dean Ambrose. Like
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of like what they're leaning in. and like once I thought about it, like they've kind of always had that character that was like, "Hey, I'm Cray Cray." Like you had your Al Snows, like
Yeah.
Dean Ambrose did that. Liv was that at one point. Alexa was that.
Yeah.
Like,
When the hell is she
So-
coming back? I miss her.
you know what? I think from what I understand, she's just kind of enjoying being a mom right now. But I think we will get her back, hopefully 2025. I mean, again, I know I keep beating a dead horse. John Cena's retirement tour. John Cena, Liv Morgan versus Alexa Bliss versus Randy Orton right there. Gender tag something or other, like she's. I don't know.
I would like to see Alexa be number 30 at the Rumble.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And then join the Wyatts.
And hey, Nikki Bella is single now. She
Yeah.
might return for 2025.
No,
And then it could be
thanks.
like the Ben Affleck J-Lo reunion we all wanted that we
Oh,
all
God.
knew didn't work out the first time for a reason. Then we had LA Knight versus Andrade
Yeah.
versus Carmelo Hayes. Honestly, I thought Carmelo was going to win.
I
thought it
mean,
would've
if
been
they were gonna
a little
switch it-
soon.
This soon, that would have been the time with a triple threat.
Right.
But I think they don't know what to do with any of them right now, and so now they've got all three of them tangled, and it's like LA Knight can work with anybody. Just what are you doing?
Right. And
What-
I feel like they're still like keeping him at the mid card for far too long if they're ever going to do anything with him.
right.
Where are they
And-
going to put him?
And that's the thing right now. You got too many good
The
storylines.
bloodline's back. Sorry, bud. There's so many layers there. You get pushed
But
back.
and I don't know, like
He's on the wrong
Who knows what
show.
the plan is with Cody? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
and
really is.
honestly, I think that might be the way to go post WrestleMania. Like maybe you have LA Knight. They should have LA Knight win Money in the Bank. Like that should be the way he gets his push. And I don't know. And then I don't know if it's a work or not. It didn't come off as a work to me, but Carmelo Hayes spoke out after Crown Jewel about his frustrations of where his storyline's going. That didn't come off as a work to me. They came out like, "Hey guys, give me a bone to chew on,"
Right.
And
Yeah.
then we had Cody versus Gunther, and I mean it went to the best man, the American Nightmare himself.
I think that type of pin was literally their only option. And not even like a roll up like that. Like he goes for the cutter, he puts him directly in a choke, he rolls off the choke and pins him because he doesn't release it. Like that was the only option. If you want both people to look strong, only option. So, and that's all I got to say about it.
I mean, Dusty's got to be looking down from heaven and being like, "Well, it only took the third time's a charm with the Rhodes boys to finally get somebody they push." Like,
Yeah.
he's got the belt now. He's I don't know, Mr. King
But now
Crown
what?
Jewel.
He's so stale, unfortunately. I hate it.
Yeah, they need to move on with him or
He needs to turn heel.
move the
Like,
belt on
he
with
need-
him or something.
I feel like he needs to go heel. I want to see the Homelander version. I need to see the Homelander version of Cody Rhodes.
Oh
I like
man.
that idea. Coming out drinking mother's milk instead.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Oh, sorry, too far.
And
Not
that
far enough.
was it. And that actually was our longest match of the night too, at 23 minutes.
The champ
and
did put the time in.
And I forgot to I kind of skipped over it, but the KO and Orton match didn't even happen.
No,
Yeah,
it's
it technically didn't start, and it sounded like it was not sounded, but like it was probably the best thing that happened. You know what though? We skipped
I thought it
over.
was a real smart way to play it.
We skipped over one thing I did want to talk about with the bloodline. Do you guys
Yeah.
think it was smart that Roman was the one who took the pin?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Because
Also,
so in
him
his
and-
last two matches,
him and
he
Jay.
lost by pinfall.
Yeah. So, yeah, took a couple, boom, right there, and then it's. I think it was
So-
smart.
So
He
I'm
deserved
going to take an educated guess here because old man Anton over there fell asleep prior to Raw. We don't have a Raw
Correct.
now.
No, I don't. But I didn't want to miss tonight. So
Dude, it's perfect. So, Mr. It's My Show, Garrett, lead us with Raw.
Wrong? I don't even know what happened. I fell asleep too. Like,
all right, I'll pull it up. Oh, sheesh.
The one thing I have
Okay.
to say about Raw that I've been enjoying, again, as I've said in the past, they're not beating this Wyatt thing to death. Apparently, last week, which I must have missed because I probably fell asleep, the Miz got kidnapped by fucking
Yeah.
Dexter. But you didn't hear anything about it this week. Nothing. Nothing about that. Nothing about the Wyatts. Nothing about any of it. So, and I know it was pre-taped and blah, 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 but still, like, nothing, which I love because now you're just like, well, shit, it's going to be like 2 weeks. Where's the Miz? Like,
Right.
what'd they do to him? So I know I've said it before
What'd they do
that
to him?
I've been enjoying the way they've been doing this whole thing because they aren't
Right.
just beating it to death and shoving it down your throat. But even just like completely skipping a week with no QR code, nothing is just perfect to me. Anyway,
I do because it's something you're interested in, but it's not something that it's like, hey, look at me. I want to be like. It's something that I'm kind of in, like Todd said, the pacing of it's kind of been masterful.
right.
So
Todd, to add on to that, I still think they should do, like they're walking down a hall in the back. You know how they always have that stuff on the side where like someone's just perched and just watching people go by. They don't even see him and they don't acknowledge him or nothing because they don't notice him. But he's there. There's one of them just watching people go by, and then they need to start doing stuff like that too.
Garrett, your therapist told you not to project your voyeurism, okay?
Fine.
So, on
Good
this
job.
week's Raw, the top contender for the World Heavyweight title was determined Monday night in a special episode of WWE Raw from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Sheamus, Damian Priest, Seth Rollins, and Dominic Mysterio squared off in a fatal four-way number one contenders match to determine the next challenger to Gunther's World Heavyweight Championship. Elsewhere, women's champion Liv Morgan took her victory lap, following her Women's Crown Jewel Championship victory over Nia Jax. Well, Dragon Lee sought to avenge his friend Rey Mysterio against Chad Gable, and Sami Zayn addressed the WWE Universe after coming to the aid of Roman Reigns and the Usos Saturday. Find out next on Wrestle Fandom Radio what went down. All right, so we start off the show with a Liv Morgan promo. And I don't know about you guys, but I was kind of digging the whole dominatrix leather ensemble Livy Do had on. It because Saudi's got that the women have to cover up everything but their faces thing going on.
Right.
So Joe wouldn't know the answer to this. Garrett, well, not the answer, but you didn't see it. So, Garrett, were you watching the pre-show at all? Or afterwards when they had What's-Her-Face and Big E talking? Like the commentary
No.
before and after the pay-per-view?
Yeah, no.
Okay, so that chick that I can't think of her name because I give 2 fucks about her, was
The
wearing
real
like
skinny one?
sure, we'll go with that. The one that always does like the pre-shows. Like
Okay, yeah.
her dude, she was wearing like a see-through shirt with like obviously like a bra and stuff, but it's like me and my girlfriend were like, well, is that everything's
I
supposed to
think
be
because
covered
it's
up?
covered. I think technically because it's covered, it's okay.
Okay.
Were
But it was like
were they-
see-through.
Okay, so I didn't see that part. So were they actually there?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
they're
were
outside.
were they in front of Saudis?
I don't know if there was people around or not.
If they were in a closed studio, she might have been able
I
to get
don't
away.
think they were.
You
No,
know,
they're outside. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
really.
Yeah. I don't.
Then
Yeah.
I don't know. That's weird.
But it
I said I
definitely
didn't
was like
see it, so I don't know.
Yeah, it was definitely like a see-through shirt. But anyway, continue. You just said that about women covering up, and then I remembered that she was covered, but technically you could
Eh.
see. So
Could see the
Right.
goods.
I mean,
All
normally
right.
I wear shirts like that, so I was a little pissed. I'll get over it. I guess.
Otis had the same shirt on. It was crazy.
All
Otis
right.
is a shit.
So WWE teased the introduction of a rivalry between the team of women's world champ Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez and women's tag team champions Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill last week. It reached the next level Monday night with the baby faces confronting the heels to kick off the show. Belair and Cargill interrupted a victory lap for Morgan, who responded by planting the seeds of dissent between them.
So this is one thing I do remember watching. I thought that the whole beginning, that whole thing felt really off. Like timing, things weren't flowing the way they should have been. Like Liv and them were talking, and then it seemed like Liv, when she was whatever, that's when they should have come out. But it like Raquel started talking, and then they came out, and it was kind of just off. And then they weren't even like, they were talking like whatevering in the ring, but they weren't like really like raw, like in each other's faces. And the way Pierce came out, he was like, ladies, hold, like they were like about to attack each other, but they really weren't like at that point. So it felt like there was some sort of like miscommunication. Somebody didn't get their cue, something.
It sounds like
that.
it was like a high school production of West Side Story.
Essentially with just a longer ramp.
Right.
Yeah.
So that they started getting a little frisky. Adam Pearce announced that there's going to be a number one contenders battle royale to determine who's the number one contender for Liv Morgan's belt. We had the number one contenders battle royale. So we had Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, Maxine Dupree, Ivy Nile, Kaden Carter, Katana Chance, Shayna Baszler, Io Sky, Kari Zane, Lyra Valkyria, Isla Dawn, Natty, Sonya Deville, Alba Fry, and Zelina Vega were all the participants.
I kind
Io
of
Sky
remember.
won.
I don't remember who won. Who?
Io Sky
Yes,
won.
guy.
All right. Then we had the New Day versus the War Raiders.
I can't believe the War Raiders are still around. It's nuts.
What? I know. I saw
Like-
that on the review. It was like, holy smokes, they're still here.
Yeah.
I know. One of them was hurt, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think the dude from Cleveland was the hurt one.
The
Again,
smaller
I feel
one.
like this is a waste of
Yeah.
time. Like you could have
Yep.
definitely put something else here. This is the storyline I personally don't care about at all. War Raiders defeated the New Day. Then we had Sami Zayn come down very shirtless and explain
Very shirtless?
he has his zip-up hoodie on, unzipped, wearing from what here appears to be Syrian scarves with no shirt on. I don't know. It's a choice.
That's what I
Um, on the heels of his appearance at Crown Jewel, where he saved Roman Reigns and the Usos from a beatdown at the hands of Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Jacob Fatu, before errantly kicking the OTC, Sami Zayn addressed his actions Monday night. Before he could say much, Jey Uso interrupted and questioned whether his longtime friend intended to kick Roman Reigns. Jimmy joined the fray from there, trying to talk some sense into his brother while questioning Zayn's trustworthiness. After some more verbal back and forth, Jey implored Zayn to come to SmackDown Friday night and join him, his brother, and Reigns to talk things out. This was a logical step in the gradual reunion of the OG bloodline. Look, Bleacher Report's using the same terms I am using. Me. Jimmy, who wanted nothing to do with Zayn, would logically take issue with Jey trying to reunite with him after the accidental kick to the head of the table. Jey understandably supported his friend. Now it'll be up to Sami to determine whether he shows up Friday night. Like, okay, that's horrible writing. You know he's showing up.
Right.
Like, and this is setting up our War Game match. Then we had this storyline still going. Dragon Lee versus Chad Gable.
Like, they left out a key part in that shit.
What?
Where, like, Jay called him Sammy Uso.
Oh, yes.
Like, that's, to me, kind of bigger than, like, the whole fucking, like, segment, you know? Like, you'd get there, but for him to, like, call him that again, you know, is like...
Here, I got the quote right here. I was wrong. Just because he's not blood related, that doesn't make him family. He is family, Jay said. I see Jey Uso. I see Jimmy Uso. And I see Sammy Uso. That's poetry, guys.
So I hope they stay on Raw, and to go way, way back, Joe, I hope they make the Nusos.
Dude, like the Nusos? Like,
Nusos, dude, come on. Let's
that was
go.
such a missed opportunity.
Like, they can still do it. They, you know,
and make him like a whole like Freebird triple tag game.
Yeah. Why not?
Then Dragon Lee defeated Gable. They're actually getting the match in A. So backstage, Jackie Redmond caught up with Seth, who put over Bronson Reed as a monster before turning his attention to the night's main event. For some reason, it feels like the Reed name drop might come into play later on. Number one contenders fatal four-way match. Damian will have the opportunity to avenge his SummerSlam loss to Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship after defeating Dominic Mysterio, Sheamus, and Seth Rollins in a number one contenders fatal four-way match. Well, that was one way to bury the lead in this article.
Yeah.
So Damian Priest won. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of him. Like,
nothing wrong with it. He still won't.
He won't go away.
Who?
No way. Go.
Who's not going away?
Damian
Cody
Priest.
Rhodes. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Sorry.
I don't. If they let him kind of be himself, because he seems like kind of like a funny dude, like not like comedic, like, oh, you should go be funny, but like just kind of let him like say some shit. Like, I think I would like him better if he was kind of just him.
Yeah,
He's one of those people. He's one of those people that he doesn't need to be a character. Just let him be him.
Yeah.
I feel like it looked way better in NXT.
Maybe.
A lot of
people
do.
I think he's
Yeah.
still like good for like main roster, but I think it's just like, you know.
I mean, character-wise.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But like Lesnar, you know, like when they kind of just were like, "Hey, you're gonna be like this Lesnar," like I almost feel like that's Brock Lesnar. You know, like the fucking
Right.
beard,
Yeah,
ponytail, like
his last run,
The boombox.
and that yeah,
The
and
boombox
like
was
honestly, that's the only Brock Lesnar I've really liked. Like I
oh
said
yeah,
it
100%.
a lot of times on this show, I couldn't stand like what they did with him. Like thank God he had Paul. Like,
Yeah.
but that last iteration with that whole like, and it culminated with them literally bringing out heavy machinery, not the tag team, to lift the ring.
Yeah.
Like they had to dump a ring and a mountain of chairs on Brock Lesnar. Like it was so insane. It was entertaining.
Yeah.
Like I really dug that, and it kind of sucks that we'll probably never see from Brock Lesnar ever again. It's real.
I don't know though. He is.
I
well,
don't
last
either,
time I
man.
looked, he was back on like the active roster.
I know. I feel like he's tainted now. Like it.
Taint.
I don't know if he's painted, but
I see what you did there.
That's right. Ugh. Guys, this has been nice, Drew. So is soccer over, Drew?
it is.
So
Oh my
that
God.
means we can count on you
Yes.
being back on Tuesdays.
Oh my God.
Correct.
Boners.
And if you guys want, we can
I do.
start recording Drew sitting down, and once a week we'll have him read and show a page of Alex Ghost.
Yeah, I can do that.
And we still got to figure out a time because me and Drew for like 2.5 weeks now have been trying to
Get naked.
coordinate our schedules to do an interview about Alex Ghost, and he's done a few of them.
There it is.
You might as well
It's good.
raid the mini fridge now because you're going to be paying extra, buddy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, tell me
The deep cleaning fee is it's quite exorbitant. Ask Todd, he knows. That's why we use Todd's credit card when we go to the hotels.
Do you at least have a decent view out your hotel window, or is it?
Well, let's
like
see.
Crap.
Yeah, where in Boston are you? Not that I know.
I'm in
Boston.
Andover, or actually Woburn.
So 2 years ago, I went out there with a bunch of my buddies.
There you go.
And-
Did you see my view? It's a
Oh,
reflection of my roof.
So we're
No, it's
looking
just a
for
parking lot.
we're looking for a video game bar, right? And so we find one online. We found
Sorry,
one
Phil.
online. We go. It was okay. We found another one, and the Uber drops us off at the address. And like we're kind of walking up and down the street. Like there's some like shops. There's like this grilled cheese diner. Like,
Ooh.
but we can't find this video game bar. And I was like, oh, guys, I think it might have closed down because it's the same address as this grilled cheese place. So we walk into the grilled cheese place, and it was kind of weird how it was set up because it had like 2 counters, and then it had what it looked like kitchen doors in between that. And we walk in, and a guy just kind of like, he looks at the 6 or 7 of us, and he opens the kitchen doors, and the bar is hidden behind the grilled cheese place in there. And it was all,
amazing.
dude, it was all like retro, like arcade games. When you go and sat down at the bar at the back, they had like 4 or 5 TVs connected to like Xbox. So like we're sitting, like, so we sat there like at the bar drinking, playing a game of Madden. And then like you had to buy like a special coin to put into the arcade machines, and they had like everything. Like we played the original Ninja Turtles, we were playing Mario, like they had like newer ones. It was a super cool experience. Like it was just so cool. The guy like looks at us and opens the kitchen doors to reveal like this massive space
Like a
behind.
speakeasy.
Right.
Yeah.
Surprised you didn't have
That's
to have
awesome.
like a password.
Princess Peach's panties.
Oh yeah. They're peachy.
Oh, well, see, this feels good, guys. This feels better.
Feels right.
Glad you're back, Drew.
Yeah.
Glad to be back.
And I don't know
Just
if you guys want to start adopting this, but me and Todd have taken to ending shows with a little knock knock. Because if you guys listen to the Todd and Joe Morning Show, you know our theme song says,
Oh gosh.
Knock.
So Mondays, Todd and Joe Morning Show. Tuesdays, you get the Four Musketeers, the Fantastic Four, the Fearsome Foursome. Garrett, President Thomas J. Whitmore, Bernest Humpingway is what I like to call him. And
Drew.
Perry, and Carrie Perry singing Fireworks. Actually, this Friday I'll actually be releasing episode of Stepping Stones this week. And
Awesome.
It's a backdoor pilot to the Not So Final Girls podcast that I've been trying for like a year and 800 days to get going.
Nice.
That's a long
So
time.
yeah, I feel like I've aged quite a long way since we started talking about this podcast. Yeah. So knock, guys.
Knock. We love you.
Look,
Drew, you
Bye.
Thanks.
Knock knock.